Alright, so I am probably in the top 5 most hungover I've ever been. I feel absolutely horrible. Today was a literal misery day, but some sort of truth or treasure came out of it. Last night, in the middle of the night, for here, I think it was like 4 a.m. or something, Crunchyroll got One Piece episode of Skypiea, which is the sort of Skypiea recap movie, and I've been really looking forward to this one. Skypiea is one of the best parts of One Piece. Well, it's not, but everything everything in One Piece is incredible. So it's not even in my top, but it's still incredible. So I was really hyped for this. They just recently came out with episode of East Blue, which I thought was incredible. It was an incredible recap movie, and I really enjoyed it. And then I think before that, the last episode of One Piece movie was episode of Sabo, which was good. Wasn't the best, but it was good. And in terms of what they're covering, these movies have 10 out of 10 material. They have some of the best material ever written, because they are recapping One Piece, which is one of, if not the greatest fictional stories ever told. So it's not like they don't have a good material to work from, but they just came out with an episode of Skypiea, and I have to say I was a little disappointed. For a high budget reanimation of older era One Piece, episode of East Blue did it perfectly. Episode Blue was fantastic. This was very lackluster. It had a lot of like Toei's major animation, disgusting, terrible animation staples, like, and pacing staples. Like, had that in what was supposed to be a fixing of that. It was absolutely bizarre. Especially because just like a year ago, One Piece episode of East Blue did this perfectly. So I'm like, they couldn't just do the same thing again? It didn't really make sense to me. Now, obviously, it's covering incredible 10 out of 10 material, so the story here isn't the issue. However, what they chose to leave out of the story was a major issue to me. They left out most of Jaya, which is an essential build-up, like the whole stuff with Bellamy, the whole stuff where they first meet Blackbeard before knowing who he was, before knowing he was actually Blackbeard. That's all essential story material, especially since in the credits scene they showed the battle between Blackbeard and Ace, which is one of the most quintessential battles in One Piece history. They showed that during the credits of this movie, despite not doing the build-up for it in the movie. They didn't show the introduction of Blackbeard's character, and that's one of the most important parts of the whole Skypiea saga. Oh my god. Anyway, I understand that they cut a lot simply because they only had 2 hours to cover chapters upon chapters of material. So I understand that they did have to make some drastic cuts, and I think out of everything they cut, it was essential that they probably did cut some of that early Jaya stuff, because that's more relevant for later stuff in the story, rather than like the Bellamy stuff is for much later, Dressrosa, and then obviously the Blackbeard stuff comes up with like the Summit War and everything like that. But it's just, I was disappointed. It was good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching it, but it was simply through a nostalgia lens. Like, I was tearing up at parts in this, and definitely, and I thought a great emotional decision that they did do to choose the music. I don't know if they did this in the original, because I've read the manga for this part, but they chose the music that they used, the score that they used when Luffy defeated Doflamingo for when Luffy's ringing the bell, and I thought that was a perfect choice. However, the like way they conveyed everything was just really anticlimactic, because Toei doesn't know what they're doing anymore, and this is a big problem claiming the whole Cake Island arc, and is what made me stop watching the anime entirely and just sticking with the manga, simply because Toei doesn't know. Toei is a factory. Toei is a machine adapting One Piece, and what they're doing is they're putting a machine's lens, a computer machine lens, to what is my wording today? A mechanical lens to adapting one of the most creative and one of the most artistic fictional stories ever told, and it isn't compatible, and the same issues that are plaguing the current era of the show are definitely plaguing this film, and that's why I can't really recommend it unless you have already seen or already consumed all of One Piece and are just looking for nostalgia. Then I would highly recommend it, just for like a nice nostalgic romp. You'll see its flaws, but if this is the first time you're seeing the part of the story that tells the Skypiea narrative, do not watch this. Read the original manga, the digital colored manga for that matter. Just go through all the way through. Anyway, that's my review. That's it. It's over. Done. Finished. Enough.